Okay.
Yes. Thank you for being here. Welcome to your lunch and learn with our coaches here. We have Coach Bruce, Coach Cecilia, and myself, and we just want to thank you guys for being here. Today, we're going to continue talking about the four powerful concepts of building your team. And today, we're going to talk about the next two things. Yesterday, we talked about professional and selling. Today, we're going to jump into management and psychology. And we're going to start off with our coach, Cecilia, here. So, Cecilia, can you tell us a little bit about the management part of it?
Sure. Happy. I'm happy to be back here with you guys. Good afternoon. I'm Cecilia, remember from Colombia, and I speak Spanish too. So hello to everybody. ¿Cómo están? Y let's talk now a little bit about management. And management, they said, is the development of people. So I have a team, and in my team, I'm working to acknowledge the development of people is to acknowledge everybody in an individual person, individual basis, and see the greatness that everybody got of them. Focus on the greatness, and we can get everything out of them to be the more cooperative, to be the more leaders, the better leaders in the world and in the team. If we acknowledge the positive, no, don't mention, ignore. You're present. Your conscious mind knows. You know that we have all faults, and we are that on forget about that. Focus only on the negative, in the greatness of everybody, and we build a great team and a team of people that are only happy and willing to serve you and follow you wherever you want, because they follow you because they trust you and they know that you good to them. You feel that you good to them. So it's very beautiful to see how the people you put that stuff in here, I can see that. So you can see there that when you see all the good, the greatest in people, they willing to do anything for the team and for themselves, and we will be accomplish our goals to the personal level and at the team level.
Beautiful.
So let's look at the greatness of people. Focus on the goodness of people.
Yes.
And yeah, let's do this. Work with them. All human beings have not everybody in this world has greatness. So let's focus in those greatness, use them, and lead them with love in our team.
Yes, I believe that that's probably the best way that we can do the help our team players like develop the greatness within themselves by staying focused on the positive, staying focused on the good that they desire. I mean, because as humans, we all have weaknesses. We all go through certain things in our life this happened to me a couple weeks ago, and you guys experienced this when I was having a bad day in our mastermind, and I was quiet, and we had a little heated debate about why I was so quiet, and I wasn't bringing the good energy to the group. But it was something that I was struggling, something that we can't even see. It's like those unseen forces that control our thinking and control the way that we feel. And I know that Coach Bruce and Coach Ceci, that they were there with me that day, and I had to fight it, but I was finally able to overcome it a couple hours down the road. But it's because of the mastermind of the team that I have here, including Coach Bruce and Coach Ceci, that helped me overcome and helped me see the greatness that I have within myself. Do you agree with that?
Juan, can you flesh that out a little bit more for the viewing audience, because they weren't there? What was it that had you get stopped? And then what happened a couple hours later that had you get back into who you normally are?
Well, to be honest with you, I don't remember exactly what was causing my negative thinking. Maybe it was just what was being said at the time during the group. So some stuff maybe that I didn't agree with, and that probably caused me to start having negative thoughts about the process. But the thing that helped me overcome was I had to first of all, I had to get off the call. I had to take like a 5 or 10 minute break, and I had to reset myself. I had to do some internal talking with myself, like, you're better than this. You need to bring the positive back into the group. So I had to do like a quick reset. And that has to do a lot with the thoughts and feelings and actions that we have. That has a lot to do with our attitude. So And I'm grateful that we have this information that we have, that this is what we coach our people with. And sometimes we have to use those same lessons to get us over those humps in our everyday life.
I was hoping you were going to say that, because who you are for me is you're a person out to make a big difference for others. And like all of us, you get stopped by some words, by a thwarted intention, whatever it is, and there's something that you need to work out. And yet, I'm going to suggest, and I'm looking for feedback, but you have enough trust in the mastermind group that we've built that you could finally come back and verbalize the thing that was upsetting you and create some sort of resolution for yourself and for the collection of coaches that we are.
Yes, thank you. Yes, that's beautiful. You just said it beautiful, and a lot of times we have the internal talk that we need to have, but sometimes we need the power of other coaches or other teammates that we have around us. But we have to verbalize, we have to communicate, we have to bring out the clarity within the team to be able to help them, or maybe we're the ones that need the help. And sometimes our clients help us get the clarity. Yeah. Just because we're coaches doesn't mean we have all the answers for you. Sometimes we need help from you, the viewer and the client.
Right. And so you're pointing out that you are committed to good management. And so it's the development of others and including yourself at times.
Yes.
Great.
Yeah, because when we have that moments of hesitation or upsets, we present that we are creating that energy. And we are the only one responsible for what comes next. What is the step we're going to take? Take an action, mentally take the action, and physically, if we have to move from that step or this moment of disappointment to empower ourselves. So we're going through that every day. So every minute. So we have the information how to build a team with powerful minds, and the minds that take you to action, and the action take you to good results, because you are powerful now.
That was beautiful, Cecilia. So thank you for bringing that up. And I know we have kind of our time's not, we only have 10-15 minutes here, but let's jump real quick into the psychology of this 4 concepts, Bruce.
Yeah, I was thinking that what we're talking about is really everything we do involves psychology. And we've got a couple of possible definitions here. One, the science of mind and behavior, that certainly addresses psychology, but also the study of the mind and behavior in relation to a particular field of knowledge or activity. And I think that's what we do here at the Thinking to Success Academy, that everything we do is geared towards the development of ourselves and others. And it's what's going to make the fastest, quickest difference for the people we get to coach, as well as for ourselves. And we're always thinking, how can we attract the attention of the other person? How can we get them interested in themselves? A lot of us have never been asked about ourselves. And so you're asking me about me? Why? There's a bit of a defensiveness. I don't necessarily know that I want anybody to know about me. And yet, that's when we get to go to work and help you realize your dreams. So there's psychology in everything we do, and everything you, listening audience, there's psychology in everything you do too.
Yes, and I love that, Bruce. And one question that we get asked a lot is like, what does this have to do with the mindset? And I think psychology has everything to do, not only psychology, but everything that we bring to you guys, everything has to do with the mindset. It's not just one little magic pill that you can take and you can shift your mindset. No, there's a lot of things that are involved. There's a lot of things that we went through as we were growing up. And we have to be able to tap into every area of your life to be able to help you get that mindset shift. So, and that's the whole importance of having a coach, having a mentor that's going to help you walk through that process. What do you guys have to say about that?
Cecilia, take it away.
Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, I read a statistic recently, and I don't know if it was a scientific study, but it said that mindset is 95% of the accomplishment of any project. And I agree. I mean, that's our whole coaching. That when you know your big why, and I'm going to say your big why is your mindset. When you know your big why, you're going to climb over walls, you're going to dig under walls, you're going to go around walls, you're going to break through walls. Whatever you got to do to accomplish your big why, that you're going to get that done. And I always think of this pastor on the west side of Chicago was talking to a couple ladies inside his church about transformation. That's kind of a ethereal sort of concept. And I tried to explain to them first. And he says, ladies, look at this. We're from the west side. And the west side, we're poor. We're all poor. And there's no disgrace to being poor. No problem. So that's our condition. We're born into that, and that's just our condition. He says, but when your baby is sick and the doctor says you need some very expensive medicine, your position is you're going to get the medicine for the baby, and the baby is going to thrive and survive and thrive anyway, no matter what you got to do. So that's your big why. And when your why is big enough, it doesn't matter all the challenges that you have to face. And so really, that's what we help you define first. What's your big why? And then we help you to do the exploration to have the how show up.
Mm-hmm.
And we love our work.
Yes. Ceci, is there anything you would like to add, or should we move on to the next thing?
I would just say that really, as Coach Bruce just said, it's the mind. It's what it really defines us. And it's not because we're bad that we don't do it. It's because we don't know that. We don't know better at this moment. So we will willing to share with you the information that we have, and for you to become whoever you want in life. And everything is possible. It's only the mind that limits us to move forward. So the space, the universe, you see, you look up, it's not limit there. There's our brain. There's no limit in there. We limit ourselves every day with any step that we find or any block in our way. So I invite you to give yourselves permission to be happy and to be successful in business in your life.
Thank you for that. And just thinking about when Bruce was talking about your big why, as a pool builder, there was times that as the pool builder, I was the plumber. That was my main job, doing all the plumbing and electrical. And there were some pools that, I mean, as a plumber, obviously you want all the nice ground, and so you don't have to do a lot of digging. You have to work as hard. But there was times that we had to build pools up on the hills, and there was times that you come into a pool that was like a big old boulder right underneath the pool, and you still had to dig through those boulders to get that floor system in there. And when I say floor system, that means you have about 20, 30 different pipes coming out of the ground to clean the pool. And the big why, the customer like, oh, you promised that you're gonna deliver, and this is what I want, and this is what I'm expecting. So our job was to get the job done. It didn't matter how we were gonna do it, but we had to figure it out. And I think that's when Bruce talks about your big why, your goal. What's your goal? What's your big why that you want in life? Sometimes we have to go through some hoops. Sometimes we have to go through some boulders. Sometimes we have to go through some hard times in our life to get the things that we really want. But that's our job here as coaches, to help you get over those humps.
And the why changes, no? The why changes according to the stage or moment in our life that we're living in.
Mm-hmm.
So what will be your why in this moment? It's important to us of ourselves in this moment, because it changes. For me, when I was a school teacher, it was a different why. And now, my why is to build and make them not the millions, because we got the million, get the billions now, to have a better life that I can share more openly with my family, with my friends, without any restriction, not even mental restriction. I can share and enjoy the life that we have.
I love it. Beautiful, beautiful. Oh, Bruce, do you have any last words before we cut out?
I just love the concept of the big why. And my big why is what it was 30 years ago. The Chicago Tribune ran a daily series called Killing Our Children. I didn't grow up in a dangerous neighborhood, but I thought, this is crazy. Where do we live? And work got in the way, but I started creating comic books with kids where kids were getting their voices out and how to address the issues of gangs and guns and drugs in their neighborhoods. So now my work situation is allowing me to reinvest myself in the Big Y because the streets of Chicago are not getting any safer. And frankly, I want to make a difference there. And I'm not 100% sure how to do that. So if anybody out there has suggestions, I'm open to hearing them. I'm really inviting any and all suggestions. So please reach out. I know Coach Juan, you always make the invitation for the hashtag. Are you going to do it again today?
Yeah, of course. Today we do hashtag management. So what that means, that gets you into one of our classes. That's your pass to get inside one of our classes. And we have classes in the mornings, we have classes in the evenings. And when I say mornings and evenings, that where I'm talking about our time zone that we based on is the New York Eastern time, New York, the US. So that's morning time and evening time. So you're welcome to attend one of our classes, and we're more than happy to get you into one of those classes so you can come and work with us and be with us and get to participate in what we do in our everyday lives. So thank you, Coach Bruce, Coach Cecilia, for being here with us this morning or afternoon or midday, whatever it is happens to be for you. But thank you for being here, and we'll be back on Friday. Remember, we don't do the lunch and learn on Thursdays, but 4 days out of the week we're here for you guys. So thank you for your time.
Thank you, Coach Juan. Thank you, everybody. Audience, thank you for taking the time out of your daily day to be with us.
Have a great